Jim Durgenti with GamersBliss.com on day 3, the final day of E3 2013, and I'm here with Brian, lead level designer at Gearbox for Borderlands 2. And if many of you don't know, the new DLC, the final DLC for Borderlands 2 is coming out. It's
not the final one.
For Borderlands 2?
It's the fourth campaign.
Okay. All right, so it's the 4th campaign DLC for Borderlands 2. And I got to tell you, after playing it, it was unbelievable. Brian's going to talk a little bit more about it, but it is literally like another Borderlands game in itself. I mean, you know, every different area has new enemies. All the new enemies do different things. So do you want to talk a little bit about how big the DLC actually is?
Yeah, definitely. This is the biggest one we've done so far. In terms of enemies and new content, new art, this is bigger than the last 3 combined. So we've got all new enemies. You won't find a single bandit in this DLC. No reskins, all brand new enemies. Skeletons, knights, wizards, dragons, dwarves, all the fantasy tropes you're used to.
All right. So every area has its own kind of enemy, correct?
Yeah. Every map will have a whole new selection of enemies. We actually had so many enemies that we had to really, some of them are only used once in one map because we have that many new ones.
I noticed there was pretty impressive graphics in the background. There was, like, you know, I don't want to spoil anything, but there was, you know, explosions in the background. Can you talk about how much more of that? I mean, at least I saw more of that and more impressive graphics and visuals than in any of the other DLCs, and probably even the game itself.
Yeah, this one's got all new art. We've got all new vending machines, new loot chests. New environments, you know, all new art sets like castles, mines. We got a dwarven mines, forests. Pretty much everything in this is brand new.
And I just want to touch on the fact that the basis of it is, if anybody's played Borderlands 2, they know the Tiny Tina character, and this entire DLC takes place in her mind. Is that correct?
Exactly. The premise is we brought back the original Vault Hunters, and they're sitting around the table playing an RPG called Bunkers and Badasses down in Sanctuary. And Tiny Tina is your crazy, insane dungeon master. So she's kind of new to DMing, so she kind of figures it out along the way as you're playing the DLC. You know, she'll spawn a boss in right at the beginning of the campaign and then realize that probably won't work. So then she'll, you know, despawn it and respawn it with a smaller, more manageable boss.
So Borderlands 2 has, you know, is humorous in general, you know, especially the character Tiny Tina. But it's just with it all taking place in her mind, and basically anything's possible, pretty much. I mean, she can drop, you know, take enemies in, take enemies out. It's all going on in her head, right?
Yeah, it's a game within a game. Yeah. So really, as developers, this allowed us to go beyond what we would normally do. Things that normally wouldn't make sense, like in a plot structure, it doesn't matter because the whole thing's in Tina's imagination. So those of you that know Tina know how crazy she is. So things just kind of, you know, can go nuts in a matter of seconds.
And just, can you touch on one last thing about the how you roll the dice with the new vaults system? Because I mean, you know, I think you use Iridium to use it, but can you touch on that a little bit more and explain it a little?
One of our new loot chests is Iridium based. So going with the RPG, the tabletop RPG theme, we do a few different things with dice, D20s. So with the loot chest specifically, you can roll 2 20s. If you come up with both 20s, you can actually get legendaries and really high-level loot out of the chest. Also, we have new slot machines. We've got Tiny Tina slot machines that take Iridium, so you've got lots of places to spend your Iridium now.
Okay, great. Yeah, this DLC just looks so unique from the other DLCs. You know, it's just got this bigger, better, and more badass. You know, and anybody that's played the Borderlands 2 at all knows that Tiny Tina is hilarious. But the official title and the release of it is
This is Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragon Keep, and it is out June 25th.
Oh, and one more thing. There's going to be, aside from any other DLC that's been released, there will be new weapons in this as well, right?
There's definitely a few new weapons in here. Yeah, definitely.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Brian. I appreciate it.
Hey, thank you.
Don't forget to check out gamersbliss.com for the latest news on your favorite video games. Go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and follow us on Twitter.